Next, let's take a look at View Watcher. View provides a more generic way to react to data changes through a watcher. This is most useful when you want to perform asynchronous or expensive operations in response to a data change. So let's take a look at an example. In this example, we're asking a yes or no question, and here is an input box. So if I type a question, for example, is today sunny? And then, asynchronously, we're going to send this question to a remote API, and the API will return yes or no. It's random. What we need to do is to create a watcher to watch the change in this box. Now, let's take a look at this input box here. We're using v-model to create a bidirectional data binding between question here, the input box, and the question data property. So right now it's empty. That's why we don't see anything here. So I refresh, there's nothing here. Once the value of question changes, then we need to invoke a method called GetAnswer, so we can get answer from a remote API. So let's take a look at how to do this. We're going to create a watcher. So here is how we create a watcher. Watch. You can create as many watchers as you can, but now I'm only going to create one to watch question. So this watcher can listen when the data property changes. The name of this watcher has to be the same as the name of the property that we're watching. So it will be question. Then once the value changes, this function gets called. And in here, we're going to invoke GetAnswer. We're going to define this GetAnswer in methods. GetAnswer. I have already copied the implementation of this GetAnswer function, so I'll paste it here. Let's briefly take a look at this GetAnswer. When this GetAnswer function gets triggered, first we're going to search for question mark. If there's no question mark, we refuse to get answer from remote API. Otherwise, we're going to temporarily put thinking in answer because it takes some time to get an answer from a remote API because we have this internet request and then response that takes some time. But once we got the response.data.answer, we're going to switch this answer from thinking to the answer, yes or no. If there's an error, for example, if the API server is down, we're going to print what's going on here. The logic here is if we type something in here, that would change the value of question. Now, since we're watching the value change in this data property, then this watch will be triggered first. So watch will call GetAnswer, and the GetAnswer will trigger a remote API call. All right, so let me refresh, and I'm trying to type something. For example, as you can see, when I type something, that changes the value in question. Since we're watching that, so GetAnswer will be called. And we don't have a question mark, then this method will refuse to send a remote call. Is today cloudy? So once I type question mark, then it's thinking, and then we're talking to remote server, and we get a no. Then when I ask, is today sunny? As you can see, it is yes. To summarize, if we want to listen when a data property changes and perform some action, then we can use watcher to watch a data property that we defined in this data object. So that's very effective.